And 3, 2, 1, 3.
Just,
2,
oh my God.
1, and welcome back. Are
You're
we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, everybody? How y'all
Why
doing?
can't you just... How come every week it turns into me trying to get this going and you guys are just fucking with me the entire time?
Because it's great.
It's fun.
It's not funny.
I think
Yeah,
we
it
should
is.
roll with this. Let's roll with this. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I want to give a big shout out to those fucking assholes on Fortnite last night. If you're listening, fuck you. And the ones that were being nice, you cool.
You got trolled by some 12-year-olds.
I don't think they were that young. I don't think they were that young. It was funny though.
Shout out to Big Daddy if you're listening.
Yeah, Big Daddy, like 2018.
It was like
something
XL
like-
2018,
yeah,
something
like that. Yeah.
Big Daddy XL. That's one heck of a name.
Yeah. Motherfucking assholes. They kept killing me. They were my team. They kept killing me with some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Well, you guys are all exhausted because you guys were up all night last night.
Drinking again. I'm not sober for another podcast. What's up?
I was being a respectable young man, you know.
Not respectable about you.
That was
I'm playing.
rude.
I'm playing.
I don't
Is
think-
my No, it's on. Never mind.
Yeah, your mic's on. You'd be all right.
You could have asked me that in the middle of this podcast.
Yeah.
You didn't think to maybe...
What, am I wait till the end? Was it recording?
It's not like we
I
just put on our
couldn't hear
headphones.
myself.
It's
Calm
not-
down.
Okay, so
Jesus fuck.
to gonna talk about Donald Trump again because, you know.
Hey, it's
And
all
his
you, bro.
button, which is
Yeah.
bigger.
Bro, that had me... Oh, my God. Oh.
Donald Trump.
Bro,
tweeting
I
like,
forget what else he
have
did.
a button that's bigger and it works.
This man is on fire with his tweets.
Bro, petty.
Fucking
Like,
moron.
the amount of shade thrown in that one statement is just so... It's just ridiculous.
I want to follow him on Twitter, but I refuse to. Dad to his fucking follower account. I refuse to.
I think I follow him.
Probably.
Do I? Actually, hold on. I have to check that now because I'm pretty sure I follow him.
You don't want that on your conscience?
No, the only reason I would follow him is just to like stay up to date to the ridiculous shit that he says.
I mean, that's fair.
That's the whole reason I follow him. If
I
I
just-
do. I don't know if I do.
I just do my best to kind of avoid him at all costs.
I mean, kind of hard.
Oh, it's extremely hard.
Being that, you know, he's the president.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, it's rough.
Yeah. But I just thought that was funny. Twitter had a fucking field day with that shit. All the memes.
Bro, they should have.
That shit was hilarious.
Like,
Have you guys seen all the Oregon memes about pumping gas?
yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
saw that? Oh
Yeah.
my god. Did you see the original thread?
No.
Like on Facebook?
No.
Bro, I was reading through his comments, and there was people like really living in Oregon, like and commenting on like the original post that they said that they were gonna pass a law or whatever, and they were really upset.
About,
You didn't hear?
I mean, I saw the thing. I was just like,
Basically, they're passing a law to where like it's a self-service for gas now,
Yeah.
so you pump your own gas.
isn't that,
No, they didn't do that.
No,
They had
Oregon,
people pump gas for you.
Oregon and New Jersey are the only two states left, and
Bro.
I think now New Jersey's the only one.
bro, what is that? Is amazing. I didn't
Yeah.
know that existed.
Yeah.
I need to move to New Jersey.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't recommend it.
No. I'm not
Shout out
going
New
to.
Jersey, though.
That's funny.
New Jersey.
No shout outs to Jersey.
So wait, these people
Because
are
I
so...
do not
family
want
lives there.
motherfuckers screaming out the window every day.
Good morning, everybody.
You
Shout
know,
out Chin Capone.
let him be him, George.
And I'll let me
Don't be a
me.
square. Let him flare.
What the fuck does that mean?
Whoa. Ric Flair.
Take a
drip.
stripe from him.
Woo
What the
on a
fuck?
bitch.
Do what?
Ric Flair drip. Get the woo on a bitch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
Ric Flair,
Oh,
legend.
fuck, now I'm so sidetracked. Don't fucking
Anyway,
touch me.
I didn't know that like people in Oregon were gonna be that upset about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were like, I was reading through the original like post comments. Hilarious. People were for real butthurt. They were like, and it was amazing the shit they were saying. Hold on. Fuck. I think I saved it on Twitter. These people were like, I can't believe they're doing this. Pumping gas is dangerous. And yeah, I swear to God. I
Bro,
swear to God.
stop.
And they were complaining about
The fumes.
one lady was talking about how she didn't want to smell like gas before she went into work.
Do they think?
I swear
like,
it, bro.
bro,
I swear
stop.
it. And they think that there's one person trying to say that in order to pump gas, you need to be experienced.
Cody, stop.
Yeah, and I swear to God, bro, this is what people were saying. And one lady, she was like, she said, I'm what was it? I'm born and raised Oregonian.
You're from Oregon, bitch.
Yeah. I'm a born and raised Oregonian, and I'm 60 years old, and I refuse to pump my own gas. And people were just shitting on her in the comments, bro.
They should have.
That sounds like a
But
goddamn
it's-
Elder Scrolls race.
But it's kind of
by the way.
fucked up because it's just some random lady, and the thread got so popular on Twitter. You now had a bunch of people from Twitter just going in and just shitting on these random people. It is fucked up. We're talking about like a 60-year-old lady who probably has like 20 Facebook friends. All of them are her family members.
Yeah.
And these people are just going in on her.
Well, that's where you gotta understand the internet is for everybody to see, man.
I know, but they were fucking her up. That shit was hilarious. Oh man, that was a good read for a while there.
Bro, when you hit a point of laziness where you don't even like it's a big deal, like your
No,
life
yeah,
is
it was
over
it was a big deal to them.
to like pump your gas. That's
Well,
absurd.
Okay, so they've been having their gas pumped for them for forever now, right?
Yeah.
Well, here we've always pumped our own gas pretty much.
Because
Like,
we're normal human
you know
beings.
what to do. Dude, do you know how smart you actually have to be to pump gas?
What?
It takes a special kind of person to fill up their entire tank with diesel,
Oh shit.
and it happens more often than you would think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Even though,
I've
like,
seen that.
99% of the time, the nozzle's too big to go in the hole.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a different size nozzle to help prevent people from doing that.
That's crazy.
No, we had a customer do this, and she's like, it wouldn't fit, so I just held it there and pumped it.
Fucking God.
And there's all the...
Isn't there a flap that it has to hit when you put it in?
Not always.
Hmm.
But the pressure of the gas will usually open that.
Okay.
But have you seen all the memes that's involving that with the green gas? There's like, make sure to use the green gas. It's the best gas for your vehicle. That's the diesel. So everybody's like trying to tell them to pump diesel into their cars.
Hell no.
That's funny. Man.
Like, when people, what was it? They're saying, I remember one meme, it was a while ago, it was like, make sure to do something to your car before winter.
Oh, there's a whole slew of memes for that too.
Yeah.
Mechanics are assholes.
Yeah, it was like, make sure you do this to your car before winter.
Look at his shirt.
What? Blinker?
Did you not notice that?
Oh no!
Look at the part number.
ID 10T.
It's so
That's
great.
fried as fuck. High performance blinker fluid, all natural ID 10T formula. That is hilarious.
It's great,
Hell
man.
no.
It's great, man.
That's hilarious.
I love
is
that shirt.
hilarious.
He wore it the last time he was over here, I believe.
I didn't even realize that's what it said. I just thought it was like a performance car shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's Phil.
That's fried as fuck. I need to get one of those, a blinker fluid shirt. That's funny.
Well, it's like some people think there's headlight fluid, which is,
That's where, yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
That's yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember. There's this one. Fuck. I think it was like
Elbow grease.
let the air out of your tires before winter or something like that. Because with flat tires, it's easier to grip the snow or something like that.
Oh
There's that. There's
God.
make sure to change out your summer air for winter air.
Yeah.
There's drain the engine oil out and put coolant in to keep the engine from freezing.
Yeah,
That's
that's what it
funny.
was. No, antifreeze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coolant.
yeah,
Yeah.
coolant. Yeah. Like,
Um,
make sure you do that just so it doesn't freeze.
I still thought Phil was crazy when he came to my house. My car was leaking coolant. He just touched the ground and stuck it to his tongue. I was like,
I
"Did
mean,
you really just taste coolant?"
when my car was
What the
leaking
hell?
oil.
I
and
couldn't tell what it was by looking at it. So
I know, but it was
when
just.
Leif told me that it was oil, I was like, man, are you sure? And he was like, well, it looks black. So when I got home, I didn't know if it was just like dark black because of color, like, saturated into the concrete. So I fucking stuck my finger in that shit and I moved it around. I was like, oh, yep, that's oil, all right. I didn't taste it.
But he
'cause-
tasted it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but you
but,
can
I
feel
mean-
oil. Coolant's usually
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
trickier.
coolant's more liquid. Like oil, you touch it, you're like, yes,
But
this
then
is-
he
this
told
is
me
oil.
he told me what it really is and what it can do to you, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You're a fucking psychopath.
No,
Get
I
out
mean,
of here."
yes.
Very small amounts won't.
Yeah,
do it.
I know
you
that. It
taste
was just-
It
it
tastes
just-
nice and sweet.
I was just like, "Oh my god."
That's
Smells
why
good on bologna.
Gotta put it outside for the raccoons.
For the raccoon.
That's illegal. Don't do that.
That's illegal. Don't get caught doing that.
How about just don't do
Just
that?
don't do it, George.
Trying
You
to
gotta
get
leave
these
it
people.
outside for the Bigfoot. That's how you catch the Bigfoot.
Is that your segue
I
into
think
what you
he's
want to
smarter
talk
than
about today? That was smooth. I caught you though. I caught you.
Hey, you like that shit, huh?
That was good. That was pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna take. All right, let's get everyone takes. Bigfoot believers or non-believers? What are y'all? Phil, you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes.
Brandon.
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't believe in an imaginary monkey. I don't.
I mean, you could have just said no. You don't have to be a dickhead.
I will be a dickhead. I'm tired. I don't know why I got super tired out of nowhere.
You guys are playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and we all acknowledge it's weird. Well, not weird, but also
It's not weird at all.
not real. Now, if I started
Anyway.
referring to him as
Oh my God.
Belgrax in
Can
real
you-
life, that'd be
can you-
fucked up.
Can we get back to the conversation for the love of God? I only say I don't know because like there's so many things that we just don't know about like Earth that it's a possibility. I'm not gonna be like definite no because that's just
It's the bitch's way out.
do what?
It's the bitch's way out.
No, it's just me not keeping my mind open to the possibility of it being real.
I'm playing.
Sorry for keeping an open mind, you closed-minded fuck.
Damn straight.
Jesus Christ.
Damn straight. Mines are like a fucking parachute. Best used when closed.
Anyway.
It lowers the population.
Anyway.
Anyway.
God damn.
Get it out.
Jesus. My whole thing about like what are they called? Cryptids? Cryptoids?
Yeah, cryptoids.
Cryptoids? That's what it is? That's
No, cryptid. Cryptid, yeah.
cryptids.
Yeah, cryptids.
Is that
What are y'all talking about?
It's the terminology for unknown animals like chupacabras,
Oh,
Bigfoots.
Loch Ness Monster. Did you know that
I just call them myths.
wait, Brandon, you know the Loch Ness Monster, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't know enough about it to like.
Fun fact of the day, I'm about to ruin your whole life about it.
Okay.
The guy who took the original photo, the black and white one and the little head
Yeah,
poking
yeah,
out, on his deathbed in the hospital, he admitted to faking the picture.
Doesn't mean it wasn't real, man. Doesn't mean it wasn't real.
Dang.
Yeah,
What if he lied about it to keep the government?
Yeah, he
Something.
Shut up.
hell no. Yeah, but he faked that. He admitted to faking that shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is fucked because you got to think. I think he was like 80 something, 90 something. So this Loch Ness Monster thing has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
So that he sent like marine biologists and shit. He got all these people interested in it, spending money to figure out the shit was real. And the whole time he was just fucking with people.
By the way,
You know
same
what
thing
that
with the
is?
Bigfoot thing.
It's a really good marketing scheme.
Yeah.
For what? What the fuck is he marketing?
You know how many
Dick.
people came and
Oh
visited?
yeah, true
Yeah.
facts. Damn, yeah. What's that in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Scotland.
Scotland. Somewhere. It was in one of those.
The lock.
Yeah, the lock.
They all talk the same. It's fine.
Please, the lock. Lock. Or the the thing that always interested me was Mothman.
What the fuck?
I don't know that
You
one.
heard about Mothman?
No, I've heard about he hypnotizes you or some shit.
No, not necessarily. No,
Big red eyes.
kinda. Mothman.
I don't
They made a
know.
movie about it, the Mothman Chronicles.
What the fuck?
Okay, so from what I understand, basically they're saying that this Mothman started appearing around the same time. I believe it was like when the Roswell alien sightings were going on, and people were reporting the Men in Black were coming to them, and then all of a sudden this bridge. I want to say, fuck, I forget where this bridge, but this bridge fucking collapsed. And they're saying that the Mothman only appears as like a warning that bad shit's going to happen.
Omen.
Yeah, a bad omen. It's really interesting shit. And there's like these pictures of like the bridge before it collapsed, and you got like this like little figure. You never seen this?
No.
Hold on, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, Mothman's just one of those.
Yeah.
See, I was always.
Huh.
Nobody can explain the figure on it.
Let me see.
I mean, it could just be.
Trash bag.
But yeah, that bridge later collapsed.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's why the
Like
whole-
later, right after that picture,
There
or
you go, bam, right there.
but like, okay, but like, what's the time frame between him being there? They think he's being there and the bridge collapsing.
Well, let's read about it. Hold on here.
Oh, here comes his reading voice.
West Virginia.
Mm.
The Mothman,
Virginia.
which I guess is not very credible.
Nah.
Anyway, there's a legendary creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 12th to December 15th. Oh, a whole year. November 12th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. Fucking Mothman was introduced to a wider audience by and later popularized Mothman prophecies. Folklore, festivals, in popular culture history. I don't even know,
But they think he's a bad omen.
yeah.
How do you think these things get started, though? That's what I'm interested in, because
Mushrooms,
What?
moldy
Oh,
bread.
Joe Rogan had an interesting take on that, the whole Bigfoot thing, because they're always saying that they see Bigfoot in the the woods out in
California.
No, is it No, it's like northwestern area. Like
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest. And they're like, apparently the woods out there are like dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dense.
Yeah, they're super dense.
So his whole take is like maybe a bear or something that runs by, and you only get like part of a glimpse of it, and then you're like, oh shit, like I saw this huge monster.
Yeah.
And you're in the woods, you can't see shit, so you're freaking the fuck out. And then it turns into this thing where he's like, oh, I saw this. And then it gets into people's minds, and then everyone thinks they see it when a situation like that occurs.
Yeah.
But what about the footprints?
I mean, I don't know. Could be faked, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, to me, I think it's like the kind of idea that, like, the telephone game.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same
Right,
concept where it's like
exactly.
someone hears something and they tell somebody about it, and their friend,
Yeah.
they tell their friend, and that goes on and on. But the story always gets skewed in a certain way to make it bigger, grander, more entertaining, which is the same thing that people in Greek mythology would do, like the writers and the poets.
Yeah. Did you know that when the whole idea of the Cyclops, George, did you know this?
It was actually a mammoth skull.
Yeah, a mammoth skull, because they thought that the eye sockets were its ears, and that the snout hole was its fucking eye.
Yep. And so,
yeah,
like,
do you know that, Phil?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's how the whole idea of a Cyclops got started. They found fucking mammoth skulls. Now, I mean, to be fair, I'm saying, like, we've had, hundreds of years, not even hundreds, like a lot, like paleontology, like, is a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not 100, whatever. Regardless,
I understand.
Point being, like, we have carbon dating, and we found, we're able to understand these things and figure out what the fuck's going on. Back then, they had no idea. So could you just fucking imagine finding a mammoth skull, a mammoth?
It'd be
like,
crazy.
A bigger elephant.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I would be scared too. I'd be like, yeah, there's definitely a fucking monster.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah, exactly.
I could see how they got that.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck that shit.
But I always find it interesting, like, conspiracy theories and, like, the whole myths of Bigfoot and Chupacabra and all these things. They're always very interesting because how passionate people get about it.
Yeah, that's
what makes them scary, man.
I mean, I guess, but, like...
What do you mean scary?
Just because you see the way it kind of controls a certain person's personality, conspiracy theories and such.
I mean, when you
It's
go...
less so with Bigfoot. No one's going like, I know it, he's out there, and like.
No, there's
ruined
people
his
like
life.
that.
No, they make TV shows about this.
Yeah, but I highly doubt anybody's ruined. Well, I highly doubt many people have ruined their lives over chasing Bigfoot. But people have.
I don't know if they've ruined their lives. They've made a career about it because they have a following of people now.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, it's almost like a weird.
I
way
guess-
of marketing.
I guess what George is trying to get at is that, like, there's, like, the government conspiracy theorists who, like, go way off the deep end, and then there's people who, like, who do follow Bigfoot and are just looking for him, not really, like, making it their mission that the world disbelieves in the government and things like that, but, like, just wants to know for themselves if this person is real.
Yeah.
Or this entity is real, I should say.
I mean,
Imagine a monkey.
what?
A monkey. The imaginative. Fuck is wrong with me? I'm too
Imaginative
tired.
monkey?
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck I said that. I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm sorry.
Bro, you look like you're about to die over there.
I'm about to die.
Bro, how do you get a
You should quit being a bitch and nut up.
Little shit.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Me dead in the eye, little bitch.
It's pretty good. Yo, I realize I I have like a pretty good like convincing face sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you give all the tell signs of being serious, like just glaring at someone, like, dude, you need a fucking
Like,
nut up.
Never
at
mind.
work when did I tell you about what I did to the all the they have a big toolbox type thing, and they have like a little plastic drawers filled with like extra bolts and shit, and they have them all labeled. And I went through and I started labeling all the ones that said like, you know, 1/2-inch bolts and like bolt nuts. I changed them to like balls and ball sack and scrotum. And because they had a label maker just laying around, I was like, oh, okay. And then, you know, of course, my coworker's like, Cody, go over there and make one for ball sack. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did it on like ball sack, printed off, stuck it on top of it, nut sack, and I did that to all of them. And mind you, the supervisors didn't realize for like a solid week, and I wasn't gonna tell them because it was funnier to me that they didn't notice. That was the funny part, because they just go, you know, digging for bolts or something. They wouldn't notice that it's just balls in their face. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, I think someone pointed out, I was like, "What the hell? Why does it say scrotum?" And they immediately, of course, they were like, "Cody, yeah, what's up, man?" And they're like, "Do you do this, bro?" And I really had them convinced, like, "No, it wasn't me." What? No, absolutely not. And then they blamed the dude who owned the label maker, this guy who works there. Yeah, they were like, Steven. They were like, why would you do this? And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they were like, you can't do that. And I'm just standing there like trying so hard not to fucking laugh, because I'm like, oh my, like I seriously convinced them. And then finally I was like, okay. I was like, no, it was me. And they all looked over, they were like, what? You said it wasn't you. I was like, I know what I said, but I also know what I did. I was like, how'd you go, didn't I? And they were like, yeah. And they all looked like real concerned, because I can imagine what they were thinking. Like, what else has he fucking said to us that's not true?
Probably looking around like, what else is mislabeled?
Yeah.
Looks at their name tag, says dickhead on it.
I used to do that when I worked at Burger King.
Yeah.
I found the label maker. Yeah, you shouldn't leave label makers around me.
Bro, label makers are so fun.
I found
It's
one,
ridiculous.
and I used to change mine to like a different rapper's name every day. Every day I would work.
I remember when you did that.
I had
The
it like
funniest
I had
thing.
one as Juicy J. And some lady in the drive-thru, she was like, Juicy J. She was like, who's that? And I was like, me. She's like, your parents named you Juicy? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh. Okay, and you saw like disappointment just like just wash over her face.
That's a person.
And then my
ring that
manager who always joked about fucking my mom, like
Whoa.
it was just his
Whoa.
thing. Like he would, like whenever I would leave, whenever my mom come to pick me up, because I was only 15,
Yeah.
he'd come to or my mom would come pick me up as I'm leaving. He'd be like, all right, see you at home. So I got one, and this label maker, you could add like little borders to the edges. And I had one, and it was like, I had one, his little choo-choo train, like little toy choo-choo train, and I made his the motherfucker. And he fucking wore that shit, bro. Oh, man.
Wait, like while he works?
Yes.
Like, oh.
While he was dealing with, he had a big smile on his face. Oh, okay, yeah, you want a refund? And the motherfucker.
Oh
Little
my
choo-choo trains
God.
on it.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's what you get with the lowest rated Burger King in the company. The
Yeah.
worst Burger King.
You know.
Is now since closed down.
As it should have been.
It was robbed too many times.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was gonna get in trouble because like the week after I had quit, they got robbed twice, and I thought, oh fuck, they're gonna think it was, you know, oh he just quit. Well, you know what I'm saying? No, they didn't come after me. They, you know. That one did get robbed a lot.
Did it?
Yeah.
I never went.
And you know
All
what's
the
really
time.
fucked? My dad's the one who told me to work there. Like, Cody, you need a job.
See, but it was almost always like after they closed, and it was almost always an inside job.
Yeah, it got robbed when I worked there. It wasn't robbed. It was just one of the managers got into the safe and like cut out with like 5 Gs or something like that.
Dang.
Cut out, like it didn't, like dipped, didn't come back to work.
Wow.
Yeah. They arrested her. She's a crackhead.
Bocephus.
Bocephus. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that was disgusting. I'm sorry.
He's making the syrup for the pancake.
Whew. Stop.
Um,
Stop.
So, what's your take on the Las Vegas shooting?
The one that happened.
Yeah.
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 Why?
I'm just curious. What's your take on that?
I mean, it's really fucked up, and
Okay,
I mean-
aside
But,
from
like,
the fact that
I mean, I'm
people
saying, like,
died,
no, I'm not saying that people. I think it's like fucked up that that he was able to do that. Like it was just so
you
easy
don't
for
find
him.
it a little odd?
What do you mean? If you're looking for some conspiracy theory here, you're not going to find it in me because I don't go looking for conspiracy theories.
We actually have an entire podcast on this, so
The conspiracy theories about it?
no,
this
just
is
the
shooting
event,
in general.
including some of the conspiracies and
Like, did nobody, like, there was nobody in the neighboring rooms? Or in the fucking hallway, for that matter?
I mean,
It's gunfire.
Probably why they
Gunfire.
left the hallway.
Huh?
Probably why they left the hallway.
I'm saying, did nobody think to call the fucking police? Didn't they say it took them, like, forever to track the motherfucker down?
Yep.
If you're in a fucking hallway and you're gunshots, like, what the fuck?
well,
To be fair, it's
the
Vegas, so they're probably in the other room. Like,
they did have
Nah, man, gunshots are, like, very distinct, especially when they keep happening.
no, as in it's Vegas. They're probably like fucking tripping on fucking coke. Just what the fuck was that?
They all cut out. Fuck this, man, I'm out.
but there was the one security guard who made his way up there.
Yeah.
And I think I forget exactly what the number was, but the dude fired like 120 something rounds at this guy and like hit him once.
And he was only out there to break up the party with all the hookers and blow.
Oh my God.
Too much noise.
God damn, too much noise.
No, but I mean, I guess there is some validity in the fact that it's really strange. That
I don't know. I just thought that was odd.
Well,
Like,
there's also
you
the
got people underneath him, to the sides, in the hallway.
then there's also the videos. There's so many people that were there that pulled out their cell phones and started filming.
Yeah,
Which,
we live in a
low-key-
day and age where, to me, it's almost like a conspiracy theory is almost impossible because everyone films everything, but at the same time,
Stuff
things-
gets hidden.
things could still get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I was more worried. I was more thinking like it's so screwed up that instead of like, you know, either trying to help or like run or do something, you sit there and like, this guy's shooting at me. I'm gonna record him. Like, why? Like, think about
Most of the
yourself.
people who were recording were far enough away. From
No,
the
listen.
incident.
If a dude's shooting an automatic, not obviously not. It's a semi-automatic.
I'm gonna
weapon,
pull
I
out my
Bump
phone.
stock.
No, get out
Yeah.
of here. No,
I swear to God, I'm
No.
pulling out my phone. I'm
No.
recording it while I run.
no.
But okay, so back to what we're talking about.
That's just me though.
all the different videos that were taken.
Yeah.
There's videos that contradict the true story.
Yeah, I heard, like, I was reading some, like, the reports, like, from people that were there were saying that you couldn't hear the gunshots and nobody knew what was going on. I watched the video, and you can fucking clear as day tell, like, it's fucking gunshots.
But
yeah.
in all the videos that were shown in the media, the shooter was on like what, the 43rd floor or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But there's multiple videos out there showing somebody else shooting from like the 13th floor. And then there's
What?
3 sections of broken windows.
No
Yeah.
shit. What?
Yeah, when that happened, so many people were posting everything to Facebook. Like, it was just weird. In some videos, you could definitely see like muzzle flash from like a 13th story window where there's also broken glass. And then because that building is kind of bowed,
Yeah, yeah.
so
the
there
Mandalay
were
Bay
on
is,
that
like, this
surface there was broken windows on the 13th floor,
big.
broken windows on the 43rd floor, and then around the corner of the building, like 3-4 more floors up, there were more broken windows.
What?
Yeah.
This is getting juicy.
Jay.
I mean,
Juicy.
Jay.
shut up.
Shout out Juicy J. We stay trippy.
I don't. I mean, I guess I just never took the time to think
You know
about it because
what?
I was
Okay, so you
I was
know
more
what
concerned about the event
I
itself.
thought was bullshit? That shit that happened in Miami. Was it Miami? Yeah.
The
it was
Orlando. The shit.
Orlando, yeah.
The,
Orlando
like-
in the
ISIS.
club?
yeah.
That shit to me was bullshit the second I heard about it.
Why?
Motherfucker, you're in a club, right? You ever been in the club?
Mm,
We've been in the club.
yeah.
If someone pulled out a gun, there's enough people in there to fucking grab him.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way. No fucking way. And we're in a club in Indianapolis. Think about a club in Orlando.
All those people.
There's way more people.
So you think like
And what? Somebody was holding the door shut? That's the part that I was like,
They don't know if it was somebody holding the door shut or if they were wedged shut.
yeah, that's what I read.
but that
at
doesn't
least.
make sense. That doors, like,
He secured
places like that
them from
wouldn't-
the outside.
How?
I don't know.
Do you have bouncers? The club is open. That doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing did not make sense to me. Now, granted, I was skeptical about the AR thing, but there was a dude on I was thinking it was on scrolling through Twitter. He disproved the theory that it's impossible to carry that many rounds. This motherfucker had a whole AR like in his pants and like a pistol and all the mags and shit, like, and you couldn't tell until he started whipping it all out. It was pretty impressive, to be honest with you. But every club I've ever been to, they shake your ass down. Now, not very well, but if you're hiding a fucking AR in your pants, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel that.
I mean,
Plus, we don't really know. He could have just started shooting as he was going into the building.
No, he was inside. He
no,
started from inside.
He started inside.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
Well, this dude was gay himself, so probably shoved that up his ass.
Shut up. I hate you so
Oh
much.
my god.
You should, dude. I'm operating.
Like there's a point where it's like it's cool, it's fine to make like I guess it's fine to make like slight gay jokes, but like that was like
If he shoved that thing
That
up
was
his
far.
ass, George, it'd be coming out his mouth.
anyway.
So much.
Yeah, I just thought it was a load of bullshit. For one, now granted, we do live in a soft fucking society, and I don't doubt that a majority of the people lay down and just let it happen. But what I do doubt is that this man just whipped this fucking AR out, and nobody was just like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on?
He might have been wearing tearaway pants.
Exactly. Exactly.
Legendary.
He just went.
Well, from the clubs that we've been into, you can't get in.
Yeah.
Can't get in wearing pants like that.
But it was
Can't get in the club wearing sweatpants. Fun fact. Can't wear
can if you
joggers.
have
or
a gun.
joggers. Yeah.
No joggers.
Can't if you have a gun.
Yeah, you can if you have a gun. Apparently, I don't know. There's a lot of it. And then just the convenient slip of ISIS. That's when I knew the whole thing to me was
Yeah.
bullshit.
I think that what's it called? It was just ISIS going. Yeah, that was us. That was us.
Yeah.
Did you
That was
also notice like how quick that blew over?
Yeah.
Bro.
Like it was in the news for like a whole like 3 days.
Well,
Disappeared.
Yeah.
hey, you have
Nobody
to
talked
remember
about it.
this was during what 2015, the year of mass shootings.
I think it was 2016 when this happened.
I don't remember.
We'll fact check ourselves.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Continue to talk.
I remember correctly, the year it happened, there were a shitload of mass shootings, and you know how it is with the news.
2016, June 12th.
All right, and you know how it is with the news. They talk about this all the time,
Yeah.
both sides. They immediately started politicizing the argument, so you start thinking about things around it instead of
Yeah.
the event itself.
Which is garbage, but
Which, to an extent, I get.
Cody, you might enjoy this. Okay, so when the Las Vegas shooting happened, they were trying to figure out like what his motive was,
Yeah.
and nobody could come up with like a clear, concise answer. There was a think group,
Did they ever figure it out?
not like a definitive one that they've published, but there was a think group who basically said, "Here's what we think. His sole purpose for this was gun control."
Yeah, that was
Because
the big
there was
conversation
nothing
I
around
remember.
it.
Because there was also a bill going through at that time. I think it was to make more strict gun laws. Like it just so happened to be in circulation around the time of the shooting, which is like seems convenient, but I don't know.
I don't know. I always just feel like that's not the time to do it.
Okay,
But
That's always the time.
talking about shootings
Yeah.
in Noblesville, there was a double homicide suicide
What?
about a week ago.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I actually know some of the people.
What?
Yeah, my dad knows them too. I forgot to talk to my dad about it, but basically,
well, if he listens, he'll hear you talk about
yeah.
it.
But
He
basically,
probably won't.
Shout out Phil Seaman Sr.
this guy lived with his parents still, so that when he would be at work, he's like 30 something. When he was at work, his parents could watch the kids. Well, he spent like thousands of dollars on the kids on Christmas, and his parents got upset. He got into an argument with his mom.
Wait, who? Okay, wait, what?
The guy got into an argument with the grandma.
Because she spent a bunch of money on
No,
the
because
kids?
he spent a bunch of money. She didn't like that because he spent like outrageous money on these kids
Why does it matter to her?
because he's living with her.
And probably
because he won't get out of her house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so basically they got into an argument, and he called his sister to come pick up the kids because he didn't want them in the house.
Oh,
well,
wow.
when the sister got
so he
there,
was already plotting.
okay, we're gonna backtrack real quick. About 6 months prior, he made all of his own funeral arrangements, paid for everything.
What?
Yeah. So flash forward to
Okay. Never mind. Yeah.
So-
Did he buy a plot or was he arranging the funeral?
he bought the plot,
Yeah.
the casket,
Yeah.
basically took care of all the expenses that would have been needed.
I mean,
He paid for everything
That's
for a
not
funeral.
too
No.
odd to think
Yeah.
about.
No,
What?
at 30, dog, come on.
Well, if you're a single father,
No.
you want that shit.
Your
taken
life's
care
not
of.
that dangerous. Get out of here. No.
Okay, but so he did that, and then his sister comes in the house. Apparently, between the time he called his sister and the time his sister got there, his mom smacked him, and then he smacked his mom back.
Hell yeah.
So then when the sister found out about that, the sister started to confront him, and they got into an argument. And at that point, the grandma stepped out of like the hallway and started to say some stuff. And he took out a pistol, reached over his sister's shoulder, and shot his mom in the
Damn.
stomach.
Damn.
Yeah, and
Right in
she
the baby
dropped.
maker.
He shoved his sister out of the way, and then went. She told the kids to get out. Her and the two kids left,
Oh, thank God.
and he locked the door behind him. And then he went into the hallway, shot his mom 2 more times in the stomach and once in the head.
What?
And then he went
fuck?
into another room and shot his dad.
And then he
And then
blasted
he
his brains
and then he
out.
blasted his brains out.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's. Whoa.
And this happened like not very far from here.
So, like, why. My thing is, like. How old were they? The parents? Like, they couldn't have been that old, could they?
I think they're like late 60s.
Well, I mean, if they have a grown ass man in their house, you can assume that
They're
his
pretty
parents-
old.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that the dad didn't do anything, but, like, do we know if he tried to stop his son from.
I just know they were older, so
I mean, I
like,
don't know.
they were fairly old. So I don't know the state of their health or anything, but
I don't know. I just
that's
feel
crazy,
like.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's fucking wild. Hey, you remember what was it? Not too long ago? 2014. There was one on Gray Road. It was a dude. I'm pretty sure he killed his fucking parents and killed himself too. In Gray Road.
I didn't know that.
No. I think he killed his wife and then he shot himself because
Yep.
I think his wife was like trying to divorce him or something. And
Oh.
do you not remember hearing about that?
Mm-mm.
Crazy fucking story about that, right?
Well, come here. Oh my God! Just come over here.
Do you remember what I'm talking about, Mama?
There was twice.
Just talking to the mic and everything will be fine.
There,
Special guest.
there was 2 times. One was, I can't remember the guy's name. but
Okay, well, don't do that into the
He
mic.
was like on a plane. He tried to get away on a plane, if I remember correctly. But he did. He killed his wife
Yeah.
and I think his 2 kids. And there was like a whole search because it was around like 136 in Gray. But then the daughter of Joe O'Malley, his husband, or her husband, sorry, also
Wait.
killed her,
The dude who owns the
which
grocery
was
stores?
also on Gray Road.
The dude I used to work for,
Further up.
yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. So the daughter. What? What happened?
The husband
Of.
of Joe O'Malley's daughter
Yeah.
killed his wife.
Holy shit.
That was also on Gray Road. There were 2 on Gray Road at 2 different times. One was the one that you're probably thinking of.
Yeah.
Because they live further up. No, we're further down from
Yeah.
us because we're like around 136, 146.
Thanks for
Yeah.
telling people our address. That's cool.
And Hazeldale.
Ah.
But they're
We can edit that out, right?
No, it's fine.
Fuck.
Raw and uncut, baby.
It's a little further down. Or no, they were on Hazeldale. It was like 131, 136 in Hazeldale in those kind of like cookie cutter houses. You know what I'm talking about?
I just remember the one on Gray Road. The craziest shit to me. I didn't know that was.
That's O'Malley.
Holy
Gray
fuck.
Road is O'Malley.
Okay, so for those who don't know, O'Malley's is like a grocery store here in Indiana, and it's like, isn't it like a subsidiary of Marsh or Kroger?
Basically, Marsh bought them out in the 80s or 90s because the O'Malley's brothers who ran it kept sleeping with the underage
Oh, what the
cashiers.
fuck?
Harvey Weinstein.
And so they.
Jesus
The
Christ!
O'Malley story is a huge
Oh my God!
Yeah.
just a sex scandal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they had stores in Fort Wayne,
Groceries.
Bloomington, Indianapolis, here.
Cucumbers and such. Bananas.
They had stores everywhere. But Marsh bought them out, and then Marsh started slowly shutting them down. Because the one up here, and then there's one downtown, and I think there's still one up north. Those are the only 3 that were left when I still worked there.
The only one that's still open,
Is
I think they're gone actually because the last one to survive would have been downtown.
was it?
Mass
Yeah,
Ave.
downtown.
And I think that is now a Marsh marketplace. It's one of the marshes that did not close.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll drive that way tomorrow
So
when I
the
go to
shooting I'm
Portland City.
talking about, the daughter
Was Joe O'Malley's daughter.
was the owner's daughter. Holy fuck, this just got crazier.
Bro, that family's
My
got a lot
story
of
about
history
it was
to
just crazy because, okay, so my friend Donald, right?
You know O'Malley still owns 126 in Gray Road. That strip mall?
Yeah.
Oh, he owns that whole strip mall?
Yes.
O'Malley family still owns that strip
He
mall.
owns the, like, where the CVS and all, and the liquor store and
Yes.
shit? He
They
owns
still
that whole
own
strip
all of
mall?
it. Yes.
Jesus
They
Christ.
own the property.
Ah.
They own the
So
property.
so the bank, too.
Because
Because it's on the same plot.
It is.
Yeah.
My guess
Wow.
is yes. It's up for sale right now.
Ah.
There's something. You guys need to pay attention to Carmel social media, Facebook.
Fuck
pages.
that.
We're out here talking about
because it's
Bigfoot,
up for
goddammit.
sale. No, Bigfoot is not real. It's
Oh!
up for sale right now.
That's a
Bigfoot
hot
is not
take,
real.
though.
What about the Mothman and the
What
Jersey
about-
Devil?
Do you remember Mothman?
Yes, that was a stupid show.
No, but do you remember like the real like legend of Mothman and shit? You're
No,
not
I remember-
that old, but I'm sure.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
Appreciate it.
I'm saying because it happened in the
That's why you're the
'60s.
good son.
Bro,
wouldn't-
you know she's
wouldn't
getting
be-
liver spots?
Why in the fuck would you say
Why are
that
you
on
saying
the
that
internet?
on?
Sorry, I mean, you know.
No, I'm not. It's sunspots.
Oh.
Those are sunspots.
I know they
yeah,
are.
yeah. Fuck this man.
Ow. I'm your actual son. Why are you hitting me?
But anyway, back to So my friend Donald, right?
Yeah. Is it Big Black Donald?
Yeah. He was
Donald is Bigfoot.
oh my fucking god!
And he's the one who killed those bitches.
That was
up on the
too
that was
short.
low
I'm
key
gonna-
so racist.
He's too short.
That's true. He is too short to be Bigfoot.
I was just trying to.
I'm
tie all
gonna
this shit
message him
together.
and tell him to
Jesus
listen to
Christ!
this
Enough
podcast.
with your virtue signaling, Brandon. Every time I make a joke.
You made a joke about a gay man sticking an AR in his ass.
That's
In what world is that
objectively
okay?
And then a
What?
black man being Bigfoot.
In what world is that okay?
That's just a.
That's racist.
Okay. First of all.
That's like I'm just gonna go around calling every black dude a porch monkey now because it's
Oh,
okay.
What the, no,
my
what the
God.
fuck? How the hell? No, I'm just trying to tie in
you
on a
blew
different
that
subject.
way out of the
I
proportion.
know.
Oh my God.
I know.
He's bringing up Donald. I'm saying
George
Donald's
is skipping
Bigfoot.
rocks. You just did the fucking boulder. My God, you were that one asshole that was like trying to roll the big fucking rock into the water. Like, look what I can do.
At
We're
that-
all
at
just
that
trying
point-
to skip rocks and have fun. And you're just like,
at that
"Eh."
point, George, I was totally fucking with you.
You
But
piece of shit.
Anyway,
How dare you?
my friend Donald, right?
He's Bigfoot.
He was texting me, "Hey, can you come get me?" And he had texted me. It was like this slew of texts. "Hey, I need you right now. Please come get me. This and that. This and this and that. I'm at 136 in Gray. 136 in Gray Road. This and that and this and that." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I forget who I was with, but they were like, "Damn, did you hear about that shooting on 136 in Gray?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't go get Donald." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So I start calling him, and he's not fucking answering.
oh my
And I'm like
God.
freaking out because I'm like, I just let my friend die. Oh my God.
Ah.
I'm freaking out. And I finally get a hold of him. And I'm like, "Bro, are you okay?" And he's like, I mean, I guess. And I was like, he's like, "I just walked all the way fucking home. But yeah, I guess I'm cool." And I was like, no, bro. This is more important. Trust me. And I explained to him what happened. And he goes, "Nah, bro. I think he was like at some girl's house and her dad came home or something. So he needed like skibbity dip real quick."
That explains the shooting.
Uh,
Yeah.
my
This is Carmel.
mean,
As a black
daughter's,
man,
my
probably
daughter's
white
with a
woman.
black boy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, that was scary as fuck. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I let that happen." He ended up being all right.
Bro, it's weird to like, cause like you don't know like it's one of those things where like you don't know who you're gonna meet in your life and when you meet them how much that's going to change their life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like even
Isn't
if
that
it's just
weird? That's really weird to think about, right?
even if you just bump into somebody on the street, that could literally like
Yeah.
you've interacted
Your
with that
little
person.
interaction with that person could like
It's the butterfly effect.
Bruh, it's
crazy.
crazy.
It's really odd to think about. Like you could, like, okay, so for instance, me, I have like social anxiety and like situations like so in the drive-through or whatever. When I go to like to a drive-through, if I'm at the house, I usually ask like Nevin if he wants to go with me if he wants to get food too, because going to the drive-through by myself is like hard.
I never knew that about you, but okay, go on.
Yeah, it's really hard for me like sometimes to order food or do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's why if I have to go grocery shopping or something, I don't like going by myself because I just like interacting with people. I don't like doing it because I don't want to talk to people. I don't like people at all. Like people usually like fucking disgust me, and I'm aware of this, and I don't want to like be rude to someone like not on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not realizing what I'm doing. So I could just be in one of those moods, right? I'm already in a bad mood or something. I go to Walmart and some lady's like trying to help me, and I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever, leave me the fuck alone. And she could go home and blow her fucking brains out that night because there could be just a slew of shit in her life, and I could have been that fucking, what's it, what's that term called?
Straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. That's just some shit to think about. That's so crazy. Or you could be the person that motivates some dude to get a job the next day. Like, it's just really weird to think about how something like a very small interaction or huge interaction can do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like there were times in high school where like I was talking to this chick, and then I just stopped talking to her because I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
But like there were so many things in her life that had built up to that point that she just like broke, and I felt so bad.
Yeah, because you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And it's just like I didn't necessarily do anything wrong. It's just that
Right.
I just did it at a bad time, and it's just crazy how like that
You-
can just totally destroy someone sometimes.
You ever heard the theory that all humans are like connected?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't that be kind of like not necessarily proof, but like an idea that furthers that theory?
Well,
I don't even know the
That these-
theory. So
The theory is that like all humans are like connected in like some some really odd like
Network.
our brain wavelengths are like all
in tune to
somehow
it.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
connected, and maybe that's why situations like that occur. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Why?
I just it kind of missed this.
Not an aggressive why. Just
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It kind of mysticizes everyday interactions.
but
Don't get me wrong,
they
those
are. They're
things-
really, in a way, they are.
Do
you
they
know,
matter?
quote
Yes.
unquote mystical. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea that we're the fucking only animals on planet that interact like we do,
True.
and it's really straight. Like I understand why, you know, we're more advanced, et cetera, whatever the what. But social interactions are a lot more important than I think people like really play them to be. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
why
I know.
suicide's a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, to an extent, because if you isolate yourself, we're social beings. Like, we need some
Yeah.
type of socialization or we go crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, there are disorders and the idea of suicide that can, like,
Yeah.
if you don't have socialization, those things will be a thing that you have to deal with.
Your brain doesn't get the stimulation it
Yeah.
needs. It's odd that we're that dependent on socializing.
Well, that's just part of our evolution.
Do you think we've been like that forever? Like even as like troglodytes? Yeah, because we were
well,
always
no.
in packs.
Here's the thing.
Humans
Yes,
have never
that's-
roamed by
that's not
themselves.
That's not a human thing. That's an animal thing.
Well,
That's
yeah, but we don't.
like-
but human or animals don't. You
No.
don't see a pack of dogs. Like you know what I'm saying.
Well, they have their own social structure.
Yeah, but it's not like us. They're
No.
not as.
I hear what you're
This
saying, but
test has actually been done. If you put a baby rat
Mm-hmm.
and you give it food, shelter, all that good shit,
Yeah.
unless you show it some form of affection and interaction, it will die.
No shit.
It will die.
What?
Yeah, same thing happened a while, like sometime in the 1900s, in
But
Poland, not
Is this
Poland.
only certain animals that like usually are in like groups, or
yeah,
is it
social
all
animals, like,
Okay,
including humans.
Right.
Same thing happened with humans. I forget which country it was, but one of the kings there said, "We have too many people." So a bunch of babies got given up for adoption, and there were just too many. They had names, they had warmth, shelter, all that good shit, but there were just too many, and they didn't get the attention, affection, all that good shit, and they just died.
Wow. So we really do require that.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about. Why though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like why are we wired to need people?
I have no idea.
It's interesting. Like it's weird to think about.
It
like,
is.
Oh,
I
and the
mean-
ones that did survive were still fucked up.
Oh,
Physically
yes.
and
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
because it all kind of boils back down to procreation,
What do you mean?
breeding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have
Oh,
to be
I guess,
social
yeah,
in
yeah,
order
yeah.
to yeah.
Your primal instincts is to procreate, and with no socialization, there's no procreation.
There's no purpose to
That's
life.
probably why we evolved that way, because evolution always evolves to the way that makes us easier to procreate.
Oh yeah.
So-
Survivability first, but you're not wrong. I like the.
I also just recently
I
found
like to
out
make-
that humans aren't affected by natural selection anymore. We passed that.
No. We're down to cultural selection.
Well, you couldn't tell that by who our president is.
No, I'm saying, but that's just weird. To
Like-
think. No,
10 out of
it's
10.
just
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good job. Yeah, high five. Yeah, you fucking. Oh, your hands aren't moist.
Hey, we out here, bruh. We
'Cause the air's
improving my
so dry.
lifestyle.
You been taking some pills or something?
No, man, I'm just living
Because
my
the
life.
air's so dry.
But fuck. Oh yeah, we're past, natural selection. So in the wild, if a fucking baby wolf has a defect, they just leave it, or it won't survive. It won't be able to have fend for itself. Here, in humans, we have people who have
Disorders.
autism, right? It's hard. Autism or
Yeah.
Asperger's. That's the one. where
Autism is
It was
too.
Oh, okay.
more general.
Yeah.
It's the one that it's hard to socialize.
Yeah.
And as we just, it's hard for them to socialize. So, if we hadn't got past that, I wonder if those things, did those birth that autism and shit like that, did that only start happening after we passed
I highly doubt it.
natural selection? So do you think there were cavemen who had social?
No, because I think there's autistic lions.
There's what?
There's autistic lions. There's
Really?
There's
Lions?
forms
Oh,
of
okay.
autism in animal kingdom.
Well, I know that I found this out. All white tigers have some form of retardation.
Because they're inbreeding.
Yeah, because they're all inbred.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's weird. And there's one that has Down syndrome. You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
I think his name's Tony or something
Oh,
like
it's so
that.
sad.
Tony the Down syndrome tiger.
Yeah. I think it's Tony. I don't even know.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's pretty great,
That's
right?
pretty great.
That's just odd.
No, but I mean, look at me. I have a birth defect,
Yeah.
and I mean, by any other standard of natural selection, I wouldn't have made it, at all. So
Well,
and now
I
I'm,
typed in tiger and then the letter W. First thing popped up: tiger with downs.
You know why that happened, right?
Inbreeding.
No. You know why that popped on your phone, right?
Why? Because Google listens.
Yeah, it's weird, bro. These
Here it is.
Pixel phones? Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
He's got
sad.
full-blown Down syndrome. He's adorable, though.
He is.
It looks like a
sad.
tiger version of Ted.
Ha! Ha! But yeah, bro, these Pixel phones, they're always aware of what you're talking about. There's been times where I was watching a YouTube video. For instance, I'll be watching a Joe Rogan podcast.
His
and
name's Kenny, by the way.
Kenny. That's what it was.
Kenny, that's even better.
Yeah. Fucking, but I'll be watching a Joe Rogan podcast, right? And they'll say they'll be talking about, I don't fucking know, some medicine or something like that, right? And I'll go to my Google search to type in what the medicine is, and it fills it in for me. It already knows what I'm about to look up.
That's weird.
Because Google's always listening to what you're doing, so it can be more personalized to your life.
That doesn't bother you? Because I know you. You're a paranoid motherfucker, so I know that bothers you.
It did at first, because there was one time I was on the phone, and my phone had fucked up because I wasn't using a Google phone. I was using an LG phone, and it still had that OK Google feature. Oh, shit. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. I set it off. It still had that feature, and it's not implemented as very well as it would be with a.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah.
I was on the phone and I went to my Google search bar.
Did you spill water?
No, why?
That's wet.
I don't. Anyway,
Just
I don't know.
ignore it for now.
My sock's wet now. Ignore that.
I went to go type something into my Google search bar, and the last two sentences I had said on the phone call popped up. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? But it wasn't anything general. I had said that person's name and shit, and it was in the little search bar, and I was like, what? And then I backed out and I opened it again, and it wasn't there anymore. I was like, what?
That's
And
creepy,
Yeah, no,
bro.
that fucked me up a little bit.
That's creepy.
Yeah, and they do keep storage of everything you say, so that's the one thing that kind of.
Well, it's like the Alexas and the Google Homes.
Yeah.
It records everything it hears.
Mhm.
So, if there's a murder,
Yep.
they can hear the last thing said before the event.
Mhm.
If there's one in the
But doesn't
room.
that kind of goes into the whole privacy debate, and if it's
Yeah.
what
That's
do you,
why I was rooting on Apple during that shooting, and they were trying when the government was trying to get into that iPhone when it was locked,
Oh yeah.
and Apple said they wouldn't do it.
Yep.
I was rooting on Apple for that because I was like, and it was funny because I think it was my grandpa. He was on Facebook and he said it was ridiculous. I'm not buying Apple products anymore or something like that, right?
That's never gonna happen, but that's fine.
He still has an iPhone. But
That's what I'm saying.
my whole thing was, I was explaining to him, I was like, no, I was like, you should be happy that you're an owner of an Apple product because that proves that not even in an extreme circumstance, they're not going to give out your information.
Yeah.
Which
They'd have to get a court order for it.
I think they still like refuse. Like
And-
they fought that
yeah.
shit for a while.
But with a court order, it's especially with the mass shooting and stuff. It's
Granted, the information, yes, useful.
Mm-hmm.
But Apple still stood by their terms. Like, no, we don't give out our customers' information.
It's
Which
like
I applaud them for that.
That's
I'm
like-
not an Apple user, but that's awesome.
it's just like doctors. Like
Yeah, they're not-
doctors
yeah.
without a court order, doctors can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Like they are bound by silence. No matter what kind of doctor you are, can't say anything. The patient.
It's not just doctors. It's like it's any medical.
Yeah, any
profession.
medical professional
really?
and
So
your
if you're
lawyers as well.
EMT.
Yeah.
Lawyers.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. So when you were doing that whole thing, did they talk about that in the class?
Oh, that was a big portion of the class.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the whole doctor-client,
Doctor-patient.
doctor-patient confidentiality.
Thank you for joining us on the Classically Urban Podcast.
Kind of offended.
We'll see y'all next week. And for those kids on Fortnite that talk shit, fuck you. But I still love you.